temple lying in ruins. So much for the constancy of mortals, their crafts and their hearts. If they love me not, how can my love reach them?
Hello once again, this is Alien Meat with the Skyrim Artifact Collection quest, and today we're going to be going for the Dawnbreaker with the Break of Dawn quest at Meridia's Shrine. If you recall, during the Hircine quest we picked up Meridia's beacon, and we're about to give it to her. Let's do so. Isn't it pretty?
It is time for
You look
my
nothing like a statue.
to return to Skyrim. But the token of my truth lies
So Meridia is one of the favored Daedra, the one whose ideas go pretty much hand in hand with those of mortals, or at least most mortals, and just wanting to destroy the undead, the chaotically brought back from abyss kind of monsters. So humans and mortals alike tend to like her just in that not liking undead equals being good, the enemy of my enemy, etc. But let's not pretend that Blind Aggie at all wants to be a part of it.
I have brought you here, mortal, to be my champion. You will enter my temple, retrieve my artifact, and destroy the Defiler.
Of course, you know, Blind Aggie being a necromancer is not the biggest fan, so perhaps it doesn't really sound like I have a choice in the matter.
But a single candle can banish the darkness of the entire
That's the problem.
void. If not you, then someone
That could be a
else.
problem, also.
My beacon is sure to attract a worthy soul.
Or somebody capping for a game channel.
But if you are wise, you will heed my bidding.
Never let it be said, I don't do what giant booming voices in the sky tell me to do.
The artifact must be reclaimed and Malkarin destroyed. Malkarin has forced the doors shut, but this is my temple and it responds to my decree.
Good.
I will send down a ray of light. Guide this light to my temple and its doors will open.
Alright, so now we get to chase a beam of light that pours like water. Okay, where'd it go? The artifact we're going for, the Dawnbreaker, is a pretty cool sword. And these guys are loaded, but I am too, so it doesn't matter. It's a cool sword in that... Why do I keep doing that? It is one of the few, I guess, what you'd call holy relics in the game. It damages undead. It makes them explode. Let's see if we can pick a lock. The answer seems to be no. But it's a really cool sword. It's got a nice design to it. And, again, it has a really good ambient glow. Nice and shiny. So if you want to play a paladin type, it's pretty much your go-to. Not really going to be using it for Aggie, as she is not a paladin type, and even if she were, she wouldn't be using something as dinky as a sword to get her business done. I could use that. But, you know, the Daedric princes, they want us to do stuff. Again, not as fun as consuming the flesh of the dead, not as fun as murdering werewolves, but, you know, we can make it happen. I'm not sure when the undead start coming, but there are several of these pedestals throughout. We've got to activate them all. You see, makes the little beam go on. The door opens. Pretty standard puzzle. Again, this isn't anything too difficult. I think the only thing to worry about is just the collection of necromancers towards the end. And these wraiths. Fortunately, my summoned weapons, like my bows, if I wanted to get a sword out, my swords, they banish summoned creatures. So Atronax, the undead, everything like that. Should make this a little easier, unless it's not counting, of course, as a summoned creature. So if it's not a necromancer that's done it, and it's just a mob that the game put into place, it probably won't go down so easy. But we'll find out. Seems kind of obvious when you find them, doesn't it? Again, I've done this a few times before. Nice shot, Aggie. But not with an evil character. I've always had, you know, kind of a... try to do my sword woman internal in my brain RP when I play this, just to make up my own story, since that's kind of what sandbox games are best at. And it has been a challenge if I wasn't being sneaky sneaks, but sneaky sneaks really seem to overwhelm any kind of undead, any kind of necromantic thing, because, you know, they're all squishy, right? They're all just wearing cloth armor. Their only defense are the monsters that they have out, and once you take care of those, I mean, it's just smooth sailing all the way. And I will point out again, if you're low on cash when you get here, all these desecrated corpses are loaded with money. If you're not already loaded by this point, like Aggie tends to be. There's some minor platforming, nothing to probably even consider platforming, but this is no Psychonauts, right? There we go. I guess don't touch the beams. They also hurt. Moving on. Mostly you just have to follow the beams of light. See? Nice little effect can come out and they light up and lead you on. Using lore to direct a character. Expert. Let's see if we have to speed up through this. Oh boy, just so many useful things in there. Glad I took the time to do that. Back inside. Again, it's not really anything difficult to do. If you can press W, you're really halfway there. And it doesn't hurt if you can snipe things from a distance either. Just ignore the whispering voices in your head, muttering in the darkness. They only lead you to horror. I should have been crouching. We still got him. Who needs an undead vanishing weapon to kill undead, right? Well, alright. Trap. Heads up. Watch the ground. That could have been painful. Nothing too useful again. Just strongbox. More chests. Never let it be said it's not a chest-laden area. I wonder if that has anything to do with the tripwire. They're going to stop. Okay. Not sure exactly what the purpose of that was if they're not going to keep going. But who's going to complain? Me. Obviously me. Nothing's ever good enough. Something about the blood textures, it just isn't working on this box right now. I don't know why that is. consult with our resident Artug at some point in the future. I do like these shade designs. I wish they would be around more often. It gets kind of boring to just deal with the same skeletons and draugrs over and over and over and over and over and over again. Little change is always nice. Of course, let's crouch just in time to be already spotted. But he'll get staggered by my bow attacks, which takes care of any other problem that would occur otherwise. Eventually, we'll get all the little pretty white buttons. Get a door down there. I think that's where we go. Hopefully it's not where we came in. Again, these dungeons often leave a bit to be desired in terms of story or something else going on with it. It's not constantly moving. Now, past this door, right, see, we're almost to the end of it already. Past this door is sometimes a world of pain, depending on how you've come equipped. Hopefully level 30-something isn't going to have too bad of a time. And I think, again, all the mages are necro-mages, so we just have to worry about ice. I don't think many fireballs are going to be thrown. That guy, right there. See if we can't get one good shot on him. Remember, he has a phylactery being a necromancer, so he does immediately come back to life. But if you have an OP bound summon bow, apparently he goes down in like 2 shots. So, I guess pro tip, OP yourself. Let's eat him. Delicious. Oh, we got a soul gem. We didn't even have conjuration robes. It's ridiculous. I think we got a handy teleport out. Nice. Hi, Navi.
Malkaran is vanquished. Skyrim's dead shall remain.
That's what you think.
This is as it should be. This is because
I feel like a very bad cannibalistic necromancer right now.
a new day is dawning, and you shall be its herald.
Don't anyone tell the assassins about this.
Take the mighty Dawnbreaker, and with it purge corruption from the dark corners of the world. Wield it in my name, that my influence may...
Put it in a chest in the basement of your house and never look at it. I'll keep the sword.
It matters not. The plant cares nothing for the rays that bring it the warmth of the sun. As you carry Dawnbreaker, so will my light touch the world.
All the more reason to leave it in a box. Shit. Teleport? Alright. Good. And once again, we've completed everything under cover of darkness, because the deeds we do shouldn't be seen by the light of day. That was an incredibly quick run through. I didn't expect to be one-shotting everything in there, but that's how it goes. So let's take a quick look at Dawnbreaker so we can get a good eyeball of it. Should be under our weapons. If you'd let me. There we go. So Dawnbreaker, right? Really good paladin-style sword's got a nice little fire runic thing going on. Good. Splodies from the middle. More specifically, it burns on hit and when they're undead. If you know, you kill an undead with it, they'll go down, but they'll turn into kind of a turn undead bomb, and when that goes off, it'll blow everything out in a radius from that. And if they're of the right level, it'll destroy them if they're low leveled, or it will just put turn undead on them and they'll go running away with that. So if you like beating up undead without one-shotting them with your bow, fun to use. Also, an endless chain of exploding undead is never anything to sneeze at. Unfortunately, the world is now a better place than when we found it. Our dark deeds have been undone by this glorious, radiant sword. Hopefully next time, we'll find something to make the world a bleaker place than when we found it. This has been Alien Meat with NPC Gaming Group, signing off.